Hi, and welcome to the new edition of Good Day CQ. My name is Jessica Wells, and I'm on team marketing here at CQ Fluency, and I'm very excited to have the opportunity to connect with Joe Didamo, our VP of Global Sales. One of the reasons why we launched Good Day CQ was to find different ways to stay connected with our fellow colleagues, since many of us are working remotely, me in Arizona, Joe here in California. So this is just a real fun opportunity for us to share some fun facts about you and the amazing people that work at CQ Fluency. So Joe, tell me, where are you at in the world today?
Well, thank you, Jessica, for the introduction, and really happy to be here with you today. I am sitting in the middle of the Plaza Mayor in sunny Madrid.
Hmm.
It is one of my happy places. For those who may not know, I lived in Madrid in my younger days for a year for an adventure in university and had a most excellent time. Sometimes folks do ask me, and they know I'm a native New Yorker, would you ever move back to New York? And I'm like, well, I think really my first choice would be to move to Madrid. It's really I'm a lover of Spanish culture, Spanish literature, art, etc. So yeah, I'm sitting here at a local cafe in the middle of the square.
Oh, beautiful. Well, I too am in Europe on the south side. My background is the colorful and beautiful island of Procedo, which is located in the Gulf of Napoli. I'm very proud of my Italian American roots, and I'm third generation here in this country. So my grandmother came to this country from Napoli, and my grandfather came from Sicily. So I love Italy. I love cuisine, language, food, art, history, and I've never been to Italy, unfortunately, but I'm planning on retiring to Italy and living out my golden years there.
Well,
So
if for any reason I don't, move to Spain,
I know Spain
Italy
will be on the
Italy would
list.
be my second choice,
Yeah,
most
yeah,
likely Venice or Florence.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So tell me, Joe, what's in your cup today?
Okay, well, it's the afternoon in the Plaza Mayor in Madrid, so I am having a café cortado, just
Mm.
a nice, easy espresso, and doing some people watching and having a nice afternoon.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So me, you're gonna laugh at mine. So I have a cup of Energy C drink mix. I drink a cup of this every day. I've been doing it for over a year now to keep the doctor away. So kind of to keep my immune system up. So I drink one every day. I wish I had a glass of wine right now to really, show off the amazing wines that we have in Italy, and you too in Spain. So maybe it's later on today we'll have happy hour.
Definitely.
So so enough about me. Let's get real, and I want to dive into some questions to get to know you.
Sure.
So Joe, can you tell me three things you cannot live without when you're working from home?
Okay. Yeah, I gave this some thought, Jessica, and other than the obvious of a reliable internet connection, which I certainly can't live without, one of the things that I rely on during my workday, sitting at my desk, hammering away at my computer, is I still go old school and use my notebook. I find it just a great spot to collect my thoughts, write down notes, meeting minutes from all client meetings or internal meetings. And that makes it a lot easier for me when I document any of the conversations or conference calls that I'm having. I'm well used to it. I refer to it all the time. And I've been doing this for many, many years. I don't love typing on the computer while the client is talking. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right in a way, but taking some nice handwritten notes always helps. Um, in addition to my notebook, I couldn't live without a space to walk around and collect my thoughts. So I do take very small breaks of 3, 5 minutes, walk around, get a few steps in, maybe not the 10,000 steps that Elizabeth gets in every day, but it really does help. And being in California, it's a lot easier since I'm not subject to the elements and have a lot of days with sunshine.
Yeah.
And I'd say finally, what I couldn't live without is having several cups of coffee each day. Kind of a coffee hound, and as you could see, my afternoon espresso, sometimes I even take two, and luckily it doesn't keep me up at night, so I'm just going to keep on doing that.
Nice, nice, nice. That's wonderful. I too get an afternoon coffee break. So I'm in the same boat for sure, for sure. So in addition to those note taking and all those great ways that you communicate with the teams, walk me through your typical day.
Typical day is, well, first and foremost, well, I work in my home office in California, Central Coast, Pacific time zone, and I've really gotten accustomed to being an early bird. So I normally start my business day between 6:30 and 7 a.m., which has really been helpful for communications with the East Coast, and there's plenty of overlap with the East Coast, but also with Europe, especially with Europe, because of that limited window. I have an 8 hour time difference to the UK, 9 hour time difference to our colleagues in Europe. So that's it. I do start and then just work through to a normal West Coast business day. So that's how I get started. And yes, I do go through the morning mail, and I do process everything, mails that are directed at me or copied on, just that I stay informed and current on what's going with the company. Um, Usually on Sunday afternoons, I do a check-in before Monday. So I do
Wow.
like to do that and see what came in over the weekend. So I will check in typically on Sunday. And then for the workday, I usually have plan out the week or
Mhm.
next 2 weeks as best as possible, minimize the interruptions, which
Yeah.
are frequent, minimize unessential meetings where I can. If an email communication or a text is sufficient, that's what I do. But the typical workday is meeting with team members and colleagues and focused on client calls for the day and entering any updates that I need to. So it's a mix. I do have a hybrid role, as you know.
Mhm.
I act as a sales director and as a producer. So that's normally how I would manage my business day, business week.
Yeah, that's great. And that's a great transition into my next question because I'd love to know what is your vision, for and your contribution on our leadership team and as that sales director on the sales team.
Okay. Yeah, so in terms of contribution to leadership, my main objective is to keep the leadership team informed of both my activities and the team activities, and how it interacts or interplays with our other departments, technology, process, production, finance, etc., and do my best, to keep everybody informed for the major things that are happening in my world,
Yeah.
and of course update and focus on the numbers.
Yeah.
So that's I think my and initiatives, campaigns that we're working in tandem with marketing.
Mhm.
This is really my focus for me for excuse me, for the leadership. In terms of my contribution to my portfolio or book of business,
Mhm.
uh, my main focus, I think everyone will know this about me. I love opening business, and the only thing I love better than opening is closing business.
Woohoo.
So, especially, those things that have, that are high volume, high importance to client acquisition for CQ.
Yeah.
This is really what keeps me motivated, specifically for sales and for CQ.
Oh, that's great, Joe. It's great to know what makes you tick. It's cool. So, without revealing that secret sauce, can you tell me more about maybe recent innovations in the department that you're pretty excited about?
In terms of recent innovations, there is no quote unquote secret sauce, I would say, Jessica. One of the important items that I brought into the company was monitoring sales and what we lovingly call the sales tracker, which is very tricky because I'm tracking existing business, new from existing, new logos, potential from new logos, large single sales orders or sales orders, let's say over 10 or 20,000. So I'd say that, that's an important feature that I brought to the company so that we can, at any given moment, give our best estimate as to how the month, the quarter, the year is going to cooperate. And naturally, you have better vision within the month or the quarter. And so, for example, with our planning for 2022, quarter one will be easier to figure out than Q4 will be to figure out. So
Right.
that's where the targets are set. How are we going to achieve those targets? Break it down into the activities and the conversion ratios that will enable us to get to the target. So I would say that's one of the main things that I brought into the company. And then collectively, as a management team, we instituted the program of Mind the Gap, which was borrowed from the gap in the train to the platform in the UK. Mind the Gap, just to ensure that we are pulling out all the stops, doing all the activities that we need to do to reach those corporate goals
Mhm.
by year end. So it's that much more effort to put in from a selling perspective
Mhm.
in collaboration with, again, all of our departments
Mhm.
to do just that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love your collaborative approach too, and how well like our teams work together with marketing and supporting all those campaigns and all the efforts that you and your team make, to keep, CQ, front and foremost, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. I love working with you. So,
Thank you. Same here.
yeah, good, good. So as you know, our word of the year is unity. So how do you practice unity? Do you have any ideas or thoughts on that?
Yes, I do. And for me, unity, I try to think about that um, internally, being a unified front, all to a common goal with the team and with our extended teams, and find that right collaborative way to go about things. But for me, unity really means unity with the customer, and putting the customer first. And then, speaking about that opening business, you've heard the phrase, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So that starts at the beginning, making the client feel comfortable, that you're genuine, that you have their best interests at heart,
Mhm.
and that they've found the right place to source their business. So again, unity for me is unification with the customer. That CQ is and I've used this phrase in meetings before, with a logical extension to their own team.
Yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
unity there. And I do my best to maintain a unified camaraderie with my team and with all other teams, marketing, client success, production, and again, find the best way. And I think what helps is due to having worn many hats and having over 25 years experience in this industry. I think my background in operations, in marketing, other areas of the translation localization business really helps. I feel that I do a nice job as best as I can with putting myself into their shoes and always fostering a collaborative environment.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I love your passion, and you're a wealth of knowledge, and you're an asset to this company and this team. And I really appreciate your time today. I know you're a very busy man, so any final words of advice or thoughts or closing statements?
No, I'm good. It's getting close to 3 years with CQ. I love work. It's a great fit. I love working for the company. After all these years, I love my job, and feel like I'm still, as hungry to win more business as I was 25 years ago. So that really keeps me going, and just it's a great place to be and very proud of the accomplishments of our team and of our company through these years and, through some challenging times as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Very good words of wisdom for sure. For sure. Well, it's been a pleasure to speak with you today. I had a lot of
Thank
fun,
you.
and again, I really appreciate your time and for sharing all those good nuggets of information about you and fun facts. And then your love of, culture and language and Madrid and Spain. So I really appreciate your time, Joe.
Bueno, gracias por tu atención y
Oh,
nos vemos pronto. Thank
ah,
you for your time today, and we'll see each other soon.
grazie mille.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.